Hi, Jolene.
Hi. I really just had the most intense fight with a bee.
With a B?
Yeah, a bee, like a bumblebee, but a hornet, not a bumblebee. This
Okay.
is the this is the third bee that's been in my house in the last month, and I've killed them all. But this one, he flew in my shirt and he was down my bra, and I freaked out. I literally freaked out. I was freaking out, and then I ran, possibly half naked, out of my house. Possibly because of this bee. And then I had to spray him with hairspray to kill him. That's how to kill a bee that you
How
can't
did it get in your blouse?
Oh. Okay, so it was up in a window and I tried to smack it,
Uh-huh.
but I missed and I hit him, but I didn't hit him hard enough. I hit him and he bounced into my shirt.
Okay.
And then I ripped my shirt off. Sorry, this is probably TMI. And then I thought I was good because I was flailing my hands through my hair,
Yeah.
and it wasn't there. But then I went into the bedroom, and it was in my bra.
Did he
And then
sting you?
no, I checked.
Okay.
So I checked to make sure. Think we're all good. I've never been stung by a bee before, so I
I
was a
think you
little
I think you
worried.
would know if you did get stung. And
Well, I
you're home alone today, right? So that
yeah,
would be
and
a
I
problem.
smacked myself really, really hard. So I had a big red welt, but it wasn't from the bee. It was from me because I was flailing my arms around, and I smacked
Right.
myself really hard.
Right.
So I left the bright light on the ceiling in my room, and the bee just kept flying around the light bulbs, and so I couldn't swing at that because the light bulbs in that lamp, I have a really old house, so I have this old light fixture where the bulbs are exposed,
Mm-hmm.
and so I couldn't swat at it. So I took the hairspray and I sprayed him until he fell to the ground, and then I smushed him.
You do what you have to do.
And I was like, ugh, ugh. Mm. I hate bees.
I was stung by a bee whenever I was 5 years old. I
Were you
stuck my
allergic to
hand.
them?
No, no.
I doubt that I am, but the thought that I could be is a little unnerving.
Yeah, and especially when you're by yourself, you don't ever want anything like that
Yeah.
to happen to you whenever there's no one nearby to take you to the hospital or something.
Yeah, but my cell phone was in my pocket, so I would have been okay because I could have quickly dialed 911. But I was
Yeah.
half, you know.
Oh, I know. I know. I've been in that kind of state before. I mean, it's okay.
Oh.
You just don't ever want to be in like a situation where you need help or something whenever you're half dressed or.
Yeah, it's not. Anyway. So that was my afternoon. Hmm.
Well, when I got stung by the bee, it was because I was sticking my hand inside of a rose bush and came out with a bee on it.
Ouch.
It was
I'm
this
always
finger.
very careful. Ooh, I'm always very careful when I'm with doing my rose bushes because that happens.
Yeah. It was actually scarred for a really long time. I think the scar may be.
Really?
Do you ever think about that? Like how you live with scars for a really long time? Like for instance, I have a couple of scars on my legs from
Hmm.
random accidents as a child.
Yeah.
Um, but then you get so used to them, and then you look for them, and then they're not there anymore.
Um, I've had that happen only a couple of times, but they weren't okay, do you know how the back of your hand scars pretty easily?
Yeah, yeah.
I've had a couple of dog scratches on the backs of my hands that when I've gone back to look for them, I've noticed that over time that they're gone. Some of them are still there, but
Mm.
that I have had that happen. But the big ones are still there for me.
Well, and another interesting thing, you know how like your skin is like, well, it kind of like moves and stuff. You know, can
Well, What do you
Well,
mean by
like,
move?
okay, so for instance, I had a scar whenever I was a kid that used to be in one place, and now it's kind of further up my leg.
Okay, that's just creepy. Does
Is
that
it?
really happen?
I thought
Are you
it was
sure it's not
because
like?
like my skin, like my body, I like grew, and my skin is now
Well,
like.
yeah. Okay, I can see how that is. My big scar is on my knee, are both on my knees, which haven't really moved all that much.
Oh, see, no, mine actually, that's where mine was. So it was kind of on the knee, and now it's kind of about an inch and a half above the knee.
Hmm.
It's weird. But anyway.
I'm sure. I don't know if that's like technically scientifically true, but you should ask like I don't know. Who answers those kinds of scientific questions now? Mr. Wizard isn't around.
Dr. Oz.
Oh, I don't trust him.
I know, I don't trust him either because I think he's like in the pocket of like the grain people.
I don't like him.
I,
He
I think
creeps me
that
out.
I think that he promotes grains like for everybody whenever there's plenty of evidence that there are actually people who don't need to be consuming grains.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about him I don't care for. I think he's just out there to make money.
okay.
But whatever. Anyway, so yeah, the bee
So speaking of
stars.
toplessness,
Oh gosh. Who's
um
topless now?
well nobody.
Oh,
Not
okay.
that kind of podcast. So I didn't finish watching, or I'm sorry, watching. I was thinking about something else. Sorry, I didn't
That's okay.
finish talking last week. I mentioned toplessness last week, and then I didn't.
That's
Well,
right. I
I didn't
never.
like, go through with the rest of the story. So in case, and what I'm talking about is the Secret Diaries podcast, and if you haven't seen that one or listened to that one, um, email me at elizabethmichelle@gmail.com, and I will send you the password so that you can listen to it. Even though it's not actually posted yet, it will be posted by the time that this one goes up because that one will go out beforehand. So, anyway, toplessness. Never got around to talking about that. I was mentioning it whenever I was talking about one of my posts. Oh, this is probably more than I want to share, but I'm going to anyway. So, and it was just this random thing. So I'm just telling you the rest of the story so everybody is not wondering who on earth was topless on Elizabeth's trip. Okay.
Oh,
Like the first morning I was there, whenever I was staying with one of my hosts, and I'm not gonna tell you
say
which
who?
one it was. I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
Um, like I walk upstairs, and the male half of my hosting couple is just standing in the middle of the hallway without a shirt on, which is not a big deal. But I just feel like maybe if you have a guest in your home, you stay clothed when you're in the public areas of your home. And I know for a lot of people that like shirt off is no big deal. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah. I mean,
But it's like
you
I don't
never know
know.
what another person's level of comfort is. And I was just like, okay, hi, hello, on into the bathroom to get ready, and not going to even acknowledge the fact that you have your shirt off.
See, I don't know that that's such a like. I don't know. Maybe that's different. Is it different in Oklahoma? Like, do you
I'm just
think?
all about equal opportunity nudity, and I've
Okay,
always been this way. Okay.
but
Um,
see, you told me one time when I went to Oklahoma that a guy running down the street with his top off is illegal.
what?
You
No, a
told
girl.
me. No, but you said that guy was running topless. That was illegal.
No, I said a girl. We were talking about. I said something about if you walked outside without a shirt on, you could get arrested. As a woman, because you're like flashing all your business everywhere.
Okay. In New York,
And
that's
you
not.
said in New York you could do that.
Yeah, you can.
In Oklahoma, if I go outside and just take off my clothes, I will get really familiar with county lockup, or at least city, something.
Okay. I think I have my shirt on inside out.
It's probably from when the bee was in there.
I think so. I was just feeling the seam on my shoulder and I'm like, "Oh, look, the seam is on the outside." And then I'm looking at all this embroidery
And it's
on
inside
my
out.
shirt and
Your
it's
shirt totally is inside out.
Look at.
I see it. I can tell.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Okay, so anyway, no, and I'm fine with that, but like whenever I was a kid, so my brothers were allowed, they're going to hate me telling this story, but they were allowed to just run around in their underpants everywhere.
Mhm.
Now, given I was, what are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at something.
You were like leaning way far into the camera.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. Did it look really bad?
Well, no, I was just like, what's Jolene doing? Is she like trying to see, like,
I can't find my your window. Like I don't know where the screen. There it is.
oh,
I was like, where did it go?
well, don't close it.
I
Okay.
know. I don't want to close it.
I have to be very careful about that. So, my brothers were just allowed to run around in their underpants everywhere. And yeah, I was the oldest. Yeah, our changing bodies, all that business. Yeah, I know. I had, but so I just threw a fit. I was like, why are the boys allowed to walk around without their shirts on, and I can't walk around without my shirt on, or whatever. It was really more of a pants thing at that time. Like I had a real problem. I was like, why do they get to run around in their tidy whities, and I have to be fully clothed all of the time?
Oh.
And it's why I'm always complaining about, well, I don't complain, but it's like, they can show all they want of a woman anywhere on TV.
Mhm.
But not a dude. I'm not complaining. I'm not asking for more of that. I would just like it to be maybe even. You know? You have nothing to say about this? Nothing?
I just prefer to be clothed all the time.
Me too, actually. I really prefer me to have all my clothes on and everybody else to have all their clothes on, and yeah.
Okay. So did you went to go see a concert? Was there anybody at that concert recently who was partially clothed? Or did they keep all their clothes on?
They kept all their clothes on.
I think that they did that anyway, right?
Yeah, they're not like, I don't know who you think. They're not like the Chippendales. Whatever. I don't know. I've never been to one of those things. I don't know anything about how those things work. I've never seen Magic Mike.
No, me neither.
Never seen a video clip of it on YouTube.
Is that the truth?
I don't know.
All right, so what concert did you go to?
I went to see the Backstreet Boys.
Because, like, okay, I called you and I didn't realize that you were going to this concert, and then you're like, I'm going to see the Backstreet Boys. And I'm like, what? What?
It was just like spur of the moment.
Okay, the 2 years difference between us
It shows right here, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh my goodness, because like I was so not into boy bands.
Yeah.
I just not into them. Those 2 years difference make a huge difference.
Here's the thing. If I had been allowed to date boys in real life, I probably wouldn't have been as into boy bands as I was. But as it stood, I wasn't allowed to even pretend or show that I liked a guy that was real and a possibility in my life. And so I had to look to things like Prince William and Joey Fatone of NSYNC, who love Joey.
Oh.
But I wasn't actually ever into the Backstreet Boys. So this is pretty interesting. Or not really that interesting. Just I'm going to.
You were an NSYNC person?
Oh, I'm an NSYNC girl. Yeah.
Oh.
Second, probably Westlife. Third, maybe 98 Degrees. But I gotta say, the Backstreet Boys put on a really good show. And for the oldest one's like 43, and then the youngest one's gotta be like 35. So.
They're so old.
They're. Like, I mean, to be jumping around on stage like that, yeah, it's. But.
Oh my gosh. That just makes me feel really old.
So here's the thing. I'm not the person in this house who actually. Oh, is he listening? Maybe listening. I'm not the person in this house who really actually likes the Backstreet Boys that much. So.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
older than me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He looks
Wow.
like the oldest one. I think that
Yes.
was the initial appeal, is like, because everybody would say to him, "You look like so." hmm
Hmm. Interesting.
I mean, if somebody told me that I look like somebody all the time, then yeah, I would like start maybe like, oh, really? Do I? I don't really get a lot of celebrity
I don't either.
comparisons.
I don't either. Speaking of celebrities, what do you
Hold
think
on,
about?
hold on, hold on. Okay.
Okay.
Well, no, my phone's in there. Never mind. I'm not going to worry about it. But Lisa asked me to definitely let her know if like Nick Carter like stepped out and did his like little am I sexual thing. Did you see my video on
That video
Instagram?
that you did on Instagram? Do you want me to play it?
Yes, please.
All
It's
right,
so
hold on.
good.
I don't know how quality video this is going to be. Hold
Okay.
on.
You're going to hold it up to the camera? I'll be quiet if
Yeah,
you
I
do.
will. I will. All right, I got to find you first here. Or just go back a couple days here. Yesterday? Was that yesterday?
2 days ago.
2 days ago. I have too many friends on Instagram. Oh my goodness, I can't find it. Where are you? Did you see the edible flowers that Lisa made with her asparagus?
Oh, yeah. I've seen those at the grocery
I've
store and I thought
never
about
had
buying
those.
them, but never have.
Hold on, I need to find you on my friends list because
How many people do you follow?
I don't know. Enough that I'm not seeing yours here. All right,
My
here it
hair's
is.
gotten longer again. Okay,
Okay.
let's listen.
I don't know about how the video or the audio quality was on that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. That's okay.
So yeah,
It was fantastic, though, wasn't it?
made me laugh.
They were really good, and I mean, let me tell you, I haven't been to a concert maybe ever where there wasn't, like, I was never bored during this concert at
Really.
all. No. Mm-mm. Now, we skipped Avril Lavigne because, hello, it's Avril Lavigne. Um, so instead, we went to Cholinos, and
Fun.
yeah.
Um, my husband,
hmm
he's probably on his way home right now from Niagara Falls, but he had a ticket to stand in line to meet William Shatner.
Mm, so cool. I love
Yeah.
him from Rescue 911.
I know. I loved that show. That was like the best show. We would watch that when we were babysitting, and like they would do the reenactments of the oh, him and William Stack.
Yeah, exactly. I loved
Mhm.
William Stack. Creeped me out, but there's nothing better than Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh my goodness. But yeah. Hey,
What?
speaking of my husband,
Yeah,
the man is watching Orange is the New Black, second season.
yeah. We kind of like segued from the topless discussion and nudity onto this, but
Oh, we could have, huh?
yeah. How much have you
I have
watched of
not.
that exactly?
I saw the only thing that I saw was one part of one episode where there's two girls in a swimming pool and some Turkish dudes sitting smoking a cigarette.
So that's all you've seen, huh?
And that's pretty much all I intend to watch.
Yeah,
Oh, and
this
I
is.
saw Kate Mulgrew because
hmm
Jeff was like, "Look at who's that?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, she looks terrible."
Oh, come on.
Well,
I like her. You know, okay, you should hear her. She did a little interview about the fact that this is maybe one of the favorite things that she's ever done.
really?
But yeah, she says because you're beautiful, you're pretty for so long, and that's all that they want you to be is pretty. And now she gets to be
Not.
something so much better than that. She is such an eloquent speaker.
Oh
My
yes, that's
goodness.
why they picked her as one of the captains in Star
Whoa.
Trek because all of those people were very well trained stage actors that played the captains, except for maybe what's his name? Scott Bakula. I don't know if he was a
Scott
stage
Bakula.
act. Anyway, but I saw her and I was like, whoa, she looks like not bad, but like rough, like
Well, she's been in prison for like 15 years.
Well, I just saw her that like Jeff's like said to me, he's like, look at who that is. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's not looking like she's Captain Janeway anymore. But anyway, so I've only seen like 2 snippets from the ones my husband's been watching because he watched the last ones I think when I was in Oklahoma with you or we were on a road trip.
Okay.
And I'm like, I have no interest in watching it.
It is not your.
Just like I have no interest in watching Game of Thrones.
Same reason. Yep.
Yeah.
Same reason. Yeah.
See, and I don't know like anything about these shows except that you've told me that you won't like that.
Okay, I base that purely on the fact that there's.
Am I really like that? Like.
I get the feeling that maybe you prefer your TV a little tamer than that. I don't know.
I almost think I should start watching them just because, like, people.
Well, I would love to know what your actual reaction is. If I am wrong about it, I want to know.
It took me a really long time to watch Breaking Bad.
This is not at all Breaking Bad. This is something completely different.
It has a lot of stuff that I don't think I'm very comfortable with.
I think that is true. That is true. There's a lot of stuff I'm not very comfortable with, but I power through it.
Oh, see, no, I
enjoy the show.
I go and I watch movies like the movie I went to see last night, Ida.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let's talk more about Orange is the New Black.
All right. Okay.
I don't know exactly what I'm going to say about it. I finished it just a little bit ago. And
binge watching.
Binge watched it like the whole weekend. Yeah.
This is like the way of TV now, I think. Like Netflix has like created a monster in people.
Mhm. I like it though, that way, but then if you don't have self-control and you can't like say I'm just going to watch one today and then one tomorrow, which apparently I have zero. I don't have any self-control.
That's not true.
I know it's not true. I used to have some, but I have much less than I once did. Yeah, so I just watched the last episode. There was one of the characters stumbled upon a copy of Outlander in the library. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, really?
She finds a copy of Outlander and she's like, "Hey, have you read this?" And the other girl's like, "No." And she's like, "You should read it. It's a girl. She travels back in time. And she finds this outlaw dude and they get it on like all the time." It's great.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't read Outlander.
No, you've got to read Outlander. Please, please, just give the first one a try. And then we can have like a little book club. We'll do one episode that's
okay. I'm
our
reading a
club.
memoir right now. I'm so like I love memoirs. It's my thing.
I know you do. I love them too, but I rarely like actually settle down and just get into one. I've been reading a lot of poetry lately, and I've got to finish writing that blog post.
Oh, yes? The packing one?
No. A blog post about poetry.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so tell me more about this Orange is the New Black.
Okay, ask me some questions. It's about a girl who gets thrown into jail because of something she did back when she was a very young adult. Something stupid she did. She was dating someone and she did something for them. Carried some drugs. And got pulled in,
Is she in jail, like, abroad?
No. In New York.
Because upstate New York abroad is really scary. Which upstate New York? Like
Litchfield? Is that a real place?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It might be. We talking the mountains.
I think it's pretty close to.
Because like when people say upstate New York and they talk about like Albany, to me that's like not upstate New York, but
is it not?
To New Yorkers it is. So.
Okay.
Because it's upstate. Well, anything north of the island or like anything on the mainland is pretty much upstate.
Yeah.
But I don't know. When you say upstate, I'm thinking like either up here or up in the mountains in
Yeah.
the Adirondacks. So, but I don't know.
Yeah, so she gets thrown in jail, and it's just basically her experience of being in jail with her lesbian ex-girlfriend. Even though when she gets
Not.
thrown in jail, she's engaged to a man.
Yeah. Jeff said something to me about that, and I was like, okay. I don't know.
People change their minds. They're like,
So, like,
what?
I don't know. I guess I just don't. I don't ever want to be in jail.
Me neither, and this will make you even more certain that you don't ever want to be in jail. But
I wonder how accurate it is.
I don't know, because it's based on her book about being in jail.
So, is this really based on a true story?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a scary place. I would not want to be in jail.
Yeah, me neither. And this is minimum security. And in the little interview that I watched, that's what they were talking about, is the fact that these women, they didn't even commit, like, huge, crimes.
Like murders?
They just did something, like, stupid, and that's the scary part, is we're all, like, one mistake away from something like that. Even though I think that, well, I think that if you behave a certain way, there's much less likelihood that you're going to ever even end up close to prison. I don't know. But I guess you can do something stupid and end up there. But I'm not going to carry drugs for anybody.
Yeah. Isn't there some kind of show or movie preview that I saw where they, like, open some girl and put something in her to transport across, like, somewhere, and then it leaks, and then it changes her, and she's like, I think it was a movie preview, maybe.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah. I'm going to have to look it up. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, so Orange is the New Black. I finished it today. Second season, not really sure that it's as good as the first one, but I generally don't like the second season of any show. So, yeah. So I'm done watching it. I usually go back through and things like that I like binge watch. I'll watch it at least once more when I get bored again. But
it's not something that you would buy and watch again and again.
What's the point? I have Netflix. There. No, I wouldn't buy it. I would buy Game of Thrones, though.
See, no, I don't know if I should watch Game of Thrones or not. Everybody's like so into it.
I don't know if you would like it. I think it's the sort of thing you might think was dumb, and then I think you would tell me that you thought it was dumb, and
then you would be mad at me, and we couldn't talk ever
again. I don't
again.
like it when people disrespect the things that I enjoy, because I was in a situation for a long time where on a day-to-day basis, I faced somebody who thought the things that I enjoyed were really stupid and let me know that. This is getting a little bit more personal than I really intended. But you know what I'm talking about, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, I try not to. I just try to. I rarely express to people who are super opinionated. The things that I truly enjoy, because I don't like them to come back and be like, well, that's just stupid. I don't care what you think. I like it. Stop disrespecting it. What a weird mood. I'm drinking some passion tea.
Yeah.
Hibiscus flowers and rose hips.
What's in there? Passion tea.
I don't know. No, it's hibiscus flowers and rose hips and lemongrass.
That's like that one tea that we got from our tea of the month that I would eat. It had the rose hips in it. One of the berry ones, I think, maybe.
Oh, was it Raspberry Patch?
Maybe that one or the Blueberry Patch. Don't remember.
Raspberry Patch kind of tastes like this tea.
Oh.
But this is just the, like, whatever that brand is.
Okay, I found a Sharpie ultra fine point marker. These things are awesome.
I like
Do
the
you?
pens. I don't like the markers.
Well, this is. I don't know if it's a marker. It says a marker, but
Look,
it's ultra fine point.
look. Here's
Hold
my
on, I
pen.
can't see yours. Hold on. Oh
You see
yeah,
my pen? Yeah.
yeah. Mine has a very fine tip like that. Can you see it?
Yep. I was gonna paint my nails, but I
With
forgot
that?
to.
Oh.
No, with some new nail polish I got, but
Oh.
then I didn't get around to it.
Oh.
They're
That's
like
okay.
super long.
I haven't painted my toenails yet, and I really should because it's becoming sandal season. Although you're an anti-sandal person, so
But I wear flip flops
yeah.
in the summer when I work in the
So,
garden.
can we talk about my shoes?
Yeah, I love those shoes.
Okay.
Jolene got some shoes.
These are Riker anti-stress shoes.
Hmm.
I like them. I'm breaking them in. Um, they're Swiss. They're a Swiss brand, and it's really hard for me to find shoes because I wear such a large size. I wear like a 42. That's European sizes.
Hmm.
For those of you who aren't familiar, and it's really hard to find shoes that fit me that are that big, that are like comfortable and fashionable. And that tee is really red. Wow.
I know.
It's like redder than your lips.
Hey, speaking of lips, I told you I would. Okay, my lips look the same color no matter whatever I have on,
Yeah.
all the time. Um, I wore my quickie lip stain this week. I told you I would.
I
I
know.
did. I had to find
But
it.
you told me, okay, I don't know why I'm so distracted. I'm sorry. You told me that you thought I should have some closed-toe walking shoes to be walking around in a city in Europe.
I think you would regret it if you didn't take any closed-toe shoes.
Um, well, I'm definitely going to bring my sneakers because I still plan to run.
Hmm.
But I was like, I'm going to take Elizabeth's advice, and I found these and I really like them. And they're cute, and they're a European brand, so I won't be like, I'll fit in. I'm worried about fitting in. I know it sounds dumb, but
It'll be fine.
you know. Anyway, but they're really comfortable. I'm excited about them. So,
So you talked about a dream last time.
a dream?
Yeah, a dream that you had with your teeth falling out.
Oh, did I tell that on here? Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not think about that. But you had a dream yesterday too, right?
Yes, I did.
Do you want to tell about it?
It was like it felt like one of those marathon dreams where you
Even
you
when you wake
wake
up?
you wake up and then you go back to sleep and it kind of just
Keeps
continues.
going. I hate those dreams.
Well, this one was pretty weird. I've been dreaming a lot that I'm back on my trip. Wishful thinking, you know. And but in this one, it was like it was the day before I was supposed to fly out, and I had this premonition about I was really worried to be flying. I think I was on the phone with you, and I was telling you that I was kind of scared to fly. And so then I'm like, oh, and it's like the day before I fly out. I'm in Edinburgh, so I'm where I was the day before I flew out.
Mhm.
And like, oh, if you hear a siren, I think there's a siren in the area. I hear something.
Tornado siren?
No, like a police
Oh,
siren
okay.
or something. Um, yeah, so I had this weirdo premonition, didn't want to fly the next day, and then I'm walking down the street, and then over in the distance you can see a plane has taken off, and it's like going up into the sky, and then all of a sudden the whole thing explodes, and it's like a huge, like, transatlantic flight with a ton of people on it, and it's terrorism, and everything goes crazy, and the airports are closed, and all the flights are canceled, and so then I'm trying to figure out where to stay, and
Oh, it's
I'm
scary.
I'm like stuck over there. It was this really, really crazy dream, and I went into a movie theater, and I sat down and watched a movie, and then I came out, and
I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh at that.
why?
I don't know. It just seems like so strange that you would go watch a movie.
I was like in shock, and I was
I
trying to get
know.
somebody to talk to me or something. I couldn't reach anybody, and I'm over there knowing very few people.
Yeah.
And so then, what was the other thing that happened? Oh, so yeah, I wandered back into the shop with the crazy man.
Oh yeah. You
He
told
said,
about him.
yeah, he suddenly got a lot of business, and
Oh.
I'm
It'd be
trying
better
to
that his
reach
prices were
someone on the
low.
phone because I'm like trying to find somewhere to stay and something to do that night because I don't want to be alone because there's terrorism going on and I'm by myself. Anyway,
Hmm.
that was my dream. I
I
don't know why I'm
did I
telling you
tell
that.
you about the plane crash dream I had prior to? I wrote it down. I'll have to go back and look through my journal, but I had a very like vivid plane crash dream. It may have been around the time of our trip or previous to that. I always dream about plane crashes when I'm traveling or I'm getting ready to travel. It kind of freaks me out that that happens, but is that
I,
normal? Do you think that's normal?
well, yeah, I mean, I had all kinds of weird.
And I like flying. I'm like one of the, I don't mind flying.
Yeah, but it's just your
I
brain like working out kind of, you
yeah.
know, weird.
I'm sure I'll have some crazy dreams before I leave on my trip.
Yeah,
Barack Obama was in Poland this week.
was he?
He was. For 2 days, I think. It was like all on their news. Like all you could watch on the Polish news was like President Obama.
Is your phone ringing?
Yes. Hold on one second. I bet it's my husband telling me he has Captain Kirk's autograph. Hold on.
Okay.
Hello. How are you? Okay.
Warning, I can hear everything.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Maybe I should talk while Jolene talking so
Okay.
that it distracts
Bye.
from.
I'm done.
Okay.
Sorry. I was hoping there was
Okay.
going to be some like interesting thing said about like Captain Kirk, but no, there
Hey,
wasn't.
I'm wearing a Firefly and Doctor Who like mashup shirt.
We're sci-fi girls. It's okay.
Well, that was the kind of the whole point of us starting this thing, and then we've really not followed through with that angle.
Oh, okay. Since we're still talking about Edinburgh
Yeah.
and your trip, you need to talk about the Portuguese triplets.
Okay. Yeah. So I just like skipped over everything about my Highland tour, other than that the Highlands were great, and I wanted to go back. Okay. So I get there that morning, and this was the Sunday morning before I flew out on a Tuesday. So, May 18th. And I went with this tour group, and I met them down at the train station. A bus pulled up to pick us up, and okay, this is going to be riddled with stereotypes. So you're just going to have to
Bear
deal
with
with
it.
it. Mm-hmm. Um,
It's okay.
Now, I'm not your typical, I think, I'm not your typical American tourist that you will find going on one of these bus tours.
Okay.
Usually that's the kind of elderly set, you know? It's like more my grandparents than
Mhm.
me. So everybody, whenever I got there, the people who were all there early were all these old Americans. And so then again, it was like the second time that I had heard some American accents, and these people were from Illinois and these people from Indiana, and they're asking me where I was from. I was like, Oklahoma, and this guy's like, Garth Brooks, tornadoes. I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah, that's Oklahoma.
two major exports. So yeah, so all the Americans are there early. And so they open up the bus doors, and our tour guide's name was Andy. Excellent tour guide. And so we get on this bus, and we fill up the front seats because we're the first ones there. And then the bus starts to fill up with other people. And I don't really remember. The day after, I could have told you what everybody was. There were these 4 very loud German men who had to, every time we stopped, even because it was pouring rain, but the tour guide would still stop so that we could get out and get one picture if we wanted to or something. Mm-hmm. These guys got off at every one of those stops and tried to smoke a cigarette. Every time, even when he would say, no, we're only stopping for 2 minutes, those guys were out of that bus, lighting up, and then getting back on, and like they have all this smoke attached to them, and they're bringing it back on the bus. It was disgusting. And they always talked through whatever he was talking about, loudly and in German, from the very back of the bus. So, okay, the 4 German guys. There was a Turkish couple. There were 2 women from Australia. There was a lady from Brazil and her husband, who I think was like half Argentinian and half something else. He made a point of telling us all that. And then there were these Portuguese triplets.
Even just saying that makes me laugh.
Okay, now I'm making the assumption that they're triplets. They were clearly siblings. They were all exactly the same height and looked exactly the same age and looked identical. So I'm going to assume that they were triplets.
This is going to make a great story in a book someday.
I don't know that it's actually much of a story at all. But
well, no,
I do try to.
Story.
I know. I do try to figure out what everybody's story is going on. There was a really annoying American couple sitting in front of me from Delaware. Basically, they fit every single stereotype that you think of someone. And she also was her parents are from Rhode Island. She and her fiance live in Delaware. Her parents are from Rhode Island.
Okay, then.
Can you think of like stereotypes to go along with people who are from Rhode Island or Delaware?
No.
Or Connecticut? No.
Well, they're just like it's just that sort of New England upper class.
No, that's exactly what it was. It was like the people from Gilmore Girls that are not painted in a good light. Is what that was. And they were really rude. Kind of
they own horses, right?
I didn't ask if they own horses. I didn't want to get into that. Probably. But I can't say anything. Everybody thinks that because I'm from Oklahoma, I've got oil money.
Just because you're from Oklahoma.
Yep.
Doesn't matter that you're a writer.
And I don't have oil money. I would love to have some oil money. I would take it.
I think more people assume that from if you're from Texas.
I'm just going from like my experience.
Over there?
No. I just mean in general through life. Well, okay, it's more than just saying I'm from Oklahoma. When they would want to know what my dad did, and I said he was in the oil business. Everybody thinks that the oil business means stacks of cash.
I see what you mean.
But now there are shows on TV like about roughnecks and stuff, so people know a little more that there's another side to oil.
Oh my goodness. So what was the deal with these triplets? Anything or no?
They were always late getting back on the bus, them and the Turkish couple.
Okay, here's my question for you.
Yeah.
Now, I am typically very punctual.
Yes.
I think that's sort of an American trait, characteristic, value.
Is it? I don't know.
What do you think about that? And how did that, like, was that in comparison to Europeans? Because I feel like Europeans are like
In
more.
comparison to the Europeans on this particular bus, that's as far as I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's absolutely true. They were all of them dragging around, not listening to directions, and just
But it could have just been the ones on that bus that were like that.
could have just been the ones on this bus.
Are you glad you went on a tour though? Or no?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm really glad. Hmm.
I
I wish it
saw
had been on a sunny day. I
yeah,
wish maybe I had not been by myself. It wasn't a
well,
big
that's what I
deal.
was wondering because like I saw a thing for some kind of like tour that goes outside of the city where I'm going to be and like to the castles and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if that's something I want to do by myself or I don't know. I'm a
Hmm.
little
I
I don't
think
know.
it's worth it. I wouldn't want to miss out on seeing castles. I would do it.
I have to look into it a little more. Oh. Hmm. What else are we going to talk about?
I don't know. I was thinking about giving you access to my live journals from whenever I was 15 and 16 and
You said
17.
you were, and then I couldn't remember if you actually gave me access or
I
not.
don't think I did,
So,
but I will. So if I can remember the password, I will log into them and I will friend you from them
okay.
so you can get in there and read all of this mess. Just a mess, Jolene.
Hmm.
I mean, some
Should
of it's funny, but it shouldn't be funny because it was really serious to me at the time. But it's
we need to like plan for our next episode to read our pen pal letters
okay.
or some of them. We should like pick out like 2 or 3 that are like I don't know, worthwhile reading.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I had any. Do you have any pen pals that stick out in your memory that were great?
Well, okay, so I was writing to my pen pal Natalia since
Mm-hmm.
I was in college, like my first year of college,
Mm-hmm.
because she studied Spanish and international studies and I studied Polish and international studies and we both like had English. So like our 3 languages were English, Polish, and Spanish because I had all 3 and she had all 3. So it was
Mm-hmm.
like kind of cool. Anyway, we wrote up until about last or 2 Christmases ago and then we've sort of not kept in touch. But we would write all the time. And she was really a good pen pal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm debating whether or not to say this.
Okay. Train.
Train? I don't hear
Mm-hmm.
it today.
You don't?
If this was a secret podcast, maybe I would say what I was going to say, but I won't say what I'm going to say.
Okay,
Just
you can tell
because.
me
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
in a little bit.
And then I had a pen pal, the desperate Polish boy pen pal.
What do you mean by that?
He would like write "I love you" in every.
Oh, that kind of pen pal.
Like and I'm pretty sure I didn't send him a picture because I was sporting an afro and I was really uncomfortable with that and I was like, I don't think I want to show anyone my picture. And I was not
Oh.
willingly sporting that kind of hairstyle. It just happened. Um anyway. And then maybe I won't say anything else about my pen pals. Well, I had my Finnish pen pal through a lot of middle school and high school, and I really liked her, and then we lost touch. But I wrote for years to my pen pals.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the longest I had my first pen pal was in 5th grade. It was like 5th grade, which is like age 11.
Mm-hmm.
So and we wrote for a really long time, and then I don't think I had another one that was consistent until I was, I think it was right after I turned either 14 or 15.
Mhm.
I think it was 1999. I think because of what happened. No, it was 14. Or anyway, doesn't matter. But
Mhm.
it was Alicia.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we've remained friends. You know, she came and stayed at my house one time. She did this all over
Your
the
mom
country
your
road
mom
trip.
had pen pals too when she was young, right?
Yeah, my mom had one particular pen pal that she got in the 5th grade, and mom just she'll hate me for this, but she just turned 50 last year, and they're still friends. They like talk on the phone all the time.
And every time I see your mom, she tells me that she reminds me of her pen pal.
It's because your accent sounds vaguely like a woman who was raised on the Jersey Shore. I mean,
Oh, see, and I don't think I sound anything like that.
you don't sound anything like that, but you say things like you pronounce your short e's the way that they're supposed to be pronounced, like hen,
Hen.
or we say hen.
Mhm.
hmm But
Mhm.
just little things like that.
Yeah.
Coffee. That's how I remember Diane getting up like the first morning she was at our house and asking, "Do you guys have any coffee around here?" We don't drink coffee. We didn't at the time. Um,
Now you do.
oh, I drink coffee every day.
Coffee.
Yeah.
I don't think I say that though, coffee.
No, you don't, because you're not from New Jersey
Mm.
or Long Island or however it is that they talk out there. Sometimes I watch the Long Island Medium. It's so bad, but I want to
Oh.
I want to catch her in a lie. I want to hear the way that she processes this stuff. I want to know if she's looked up newspaper clippings about these people before she goes and has these private readings at their house, because I don't think that they're actors. These people are too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not.
Oh my goodness.
No, they're not actors. So, and then they cry because she's like touched base with their like great aunt Ida, who,
Oh,
you know, and
you're
they're always
funny.
like, okay, that's her. Okay, do you have any connection with the month of March? Well, I, I, I think, I think my sister-in-law's dad was born in that month. Okay, is he passed on? Yeah. Okay, well, this is him coming forward. He's reaching out to you. He wants to let you know that he's here with us right now.
Oh my
And that's like
goodness.
how all of these things go. And so she always asks questions like that. Do you have any connection with the number 17? Um, yeah, that was my mom's birthday. Was your mother passed over? Yeah. And so then your mom is like coming forward, and she's like, and I'm seeing a dog. Did your mom have a dog? Well, she had a cat a long time ago. Okay, it could be a cat. It could be a cat. You know, does it does
I've
its
never
name
even
start
heard
with
of
an
this.
S? And she'll
Oh,
pick like the okay, so, you know, if you there's another one. Do you have a connection with anybody named Ashley or Amy? Everybody in the world. That's okay. Everybody in America knows an Ashley or an Amy. I'm gonna medium you right now. I could do it right now, Jolene. I could, even if
I
I
don't.
didn't know anything about you, I could be like,
Yeah.
I could touch the other side for you.
Could you? Could you
Yeah,
really?
I really think I could. Yeah.
I don't know an Ashley or Amy.
You don't?
Hmm.
What about an Alicia? Sometimes the A gets confused. Could it be an Alicia?
Yeah, could be.
Okay.
I
Okay.
know a couple of Leashes, but they're both still here with us.
Okay. Well, does Alicia, does she have anybody who's passed over to the other side?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a male? I'm getting a male.
Yes, yes, it is.
See, you just ask these these questions, and you can always be right. You can turn it around, and you
Oh
can make
my
it work.
gosh, that's so funny.
But she's so funny. Like, her name's. Have you never watched The Long
I've
Island
never
Video?
even heard of it.
Oh my goodness. So she's this Italian. I think she's an Italian woman. I know her husband's Italian. Her kids like look like they're straight from Jersey Shore. And oh my goodness gracious, she wears the tightest clothes. Like, it's you just have to see her. I can't even explain it. But I like trying to talk like her. It's like Adelaide from Adelaide, from Guys and Dolls.
Mhm.
You know.
Mhm.
I don't know what that accent is though, but it's funny to talk like that. It's like Morello from Orange Is the New Black.
Mhm.
She's an
That means
Italian
nothing
girl.
to me.
I know it doesn't mean anything to you, but surely someone who's listening has watched that show.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about. Can we talk about the phone situation in Europe?
C. By the way, I think I need to go cancel. I don't think I've canceled my international plan.
Oh.
Go ahead, talk to me.
So here's my dilemma. Like, I feel like I should have a phone with me on my trip.
Okay.
Now, my phone is an old slide up thing here. This is
Okay.
my phone. I have not moved into the smartphone era with phones yet. And it doesn't it's not compatible with their international plan. So I can't use that unless I go and buy a new phone. So I was looking up some other options for phones. And like what I could do is I could buy an unlocked phone and then buy a SIM card, like a prepaid SIM card while I'm there. And then I would have like a European number for the time that I'm there. And then I would still own the phone, and then, I think you can use unlocked phones here in the United States with certain carriers, like possibly like T-Mobile and other things. So it wouldn't be like a complete waste of a phone. But then I'm like, I'm going to have Wi-Fi at the place where I'm staying, and I can just use Skype on my iPod. But not everybody that I would want to talk to or keep in touch with while I'm there has Skype.
Okay.
So I don't know what to do. I don't know what the best solution is. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. Planning for a trip like this is like more work than I thought. It's like all these little things that you have to think about.
Okay. Yeah, I know. There's a lot going on.
So I ordered my. This is unrelated but semi-related. I did order my adapters. So those are coming in the mail. I don't know.
Well,
do you just have any thoughts, I guess, on the phone thing?
Well, okay, if you are like dead set, I don't know.
It's just like if I'm not in my apartment, I don't know what my availability of Wi-Fi is going to be. And like, what if I need to like call 911 or whatever 911 is over there?
It's not going to help you on your. I don't think your cell phone is going to help.
Well, if I had a SIM card in Europe, then I would be able to call an emergency number, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you have the SIM card. I mean, you should, even if you get over there, you can still dial, but isn't it always kind of like, isn't that sketchy whenever you use a cell to dial an emergency number?
I don't know. I call 911 from my cell phone.
Okay.
I don't know what it's like
to your
over there.
address or no?
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't really know. I don't know.
I just don't know, because like I feel like, well, what if I want to, I don't know. I don't think that I'm going to be making phone calls, but it's like a lot, but I don't know. I just don't know what to do.
Okay.
I just wanted your opinion because you're good at giving opinions and advice.
Okay. Well, what I just added on the international, like a month of international.
Yeah, but that's like I can't because it doesn't work with this phone because it's so old. That's the
Oh,
problem.
okay, gotcha.
That's like the problem because like I would have to buy a new phone to actually get their Verizon's international plan because I went online and they're like, sorry, it's not compatible with your old phone. Get a smartphone. We want more money from you.
Well, maybe that's a hint, Jolene.
Well, I do not like to conform. Okay.
Yeah.
That's mainly the reason I don't have a smartphone. Is because I don't want to be told what to do and conform to things.
Okay.
So.
But you. Okay.
I'm not ready yet. I'm just not ready.
When are you going to be ready?
I don't know.
Because, like, I'm not saying we're getting to that age where if we don't learn the technology is going to pass us by, but
I have an iPod Touch. It's not like I'm that, like, completely out of it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess you got to make some decisions about stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
you're no help.
I'm so sorry. I would move into current times and get a smartphone and get the international plan. But I know you don't want to do that.
That's so much more expensive than what I pay now. I'm cheap, okay? Didn't I start this conversation saying I'm cheap? I'm saying it again.
I'm sorry, I forgot that.
I don't mean it in a bad. I'm not yelling at you. It's like the plan I have right now is so cheap and it functions for what I need it to do. And
well,
I don't know. Anyway, all right.
Y'all
have thoughts. I'm sure by the time this gets posted.
Somebody give Jolene some thoughts about this stuff.
Okay.
So
I guess that's all I have to talk about.
No. I really thought I had more to talk about than that.
Really?
Yeah.
How long have we been going here? This is like an hour.
Is it?
It's like, well.
Time just, pass. Man, have you ever just felt like something that was literally hours and hours and hours felt like no time at all?
Yes. Yes.
Yep. It's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was moving money around in my bank account.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I was doing.
Do you think my name is hard to pronounce?
That's what we were going to talk about. I hadn't told you. Do I think your name is hard to pronounce? What part of it? Your first name?
Yes.
No.
Or if you read it, are you confused by how to say it?
Maybe because I've seen your name spelled with the two E's, like with L-E-E-N. Yeah. But why? Has someone pronounced your name incorrectly?
No. I just had another foreign person say that we need to have a voice chat so that you can tell me how to say your name.
Oh, well, they're foreign.
I know. I know.
Maybe it is a little weird for them, but it's not a weird name.
It's just unusual. It's not a common name. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, so we were talking about Game of Thrones, which you will probably never watch. Or anything.
I might, though. I might. When it comes out, is it out on DVD yet?
Well, the first, 3 or 4 seasons are. How many seasons have there been?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe I need to watch this.
There's a lot of nudity. So
I'm not really comfortable with that. Is it like, okay, what is the time?
It's fantasy. It's medieval fantasy. So it's on a different world. It's a different planet. There's I mean, it's technically it's an Earth-like planet. What?
I mean, I could go for like that kind of setting, fantasy, sort of sci-fi-ish kind
No,
of.
there's no sci-fi.
Okay, so it's just fantasy.
It's fantasy.
Mm.
There's no
I'm
space in
not. I
it.
don't
There's no
love.
space happening here
That
at all.
doesn't. Sci-fi doesn't have to be space.
But it's not science. There's no science. There's no.
Okay.
It
Okay.
is not the definition of science.
I am not. I do not love fantasy.
I didn't either, and that is what made me
It's
hesitate about this.
like I'm not
Music break,
into Lord
I'm
of the
almost always out.
Rings. I'm not into that stuff. I mean, I'm sort of interested in Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did you say you weren't into Lord of the Rings? I talked
I'm
over
not
you.
not into the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, me neither. I kind of hate the Lord of the Rings.
I don't. I read The Hobbit. I could tolerate The Hobbit, but beyond that, I never was ever into the other ones. But I like things like Silverwing, which is like
What's that?
bats, like they're bat kingdoms, and they're like anthropomorphized bats, and they have to like fight. Like it's just like those owls.
Oh,
Okay,
gross.
so I know, but I like that.
I'm sorry. I'm disrespecting something you enjoy,
Legends
which is
of
something I
Ga'Hoole,
hate.
like Ga'Hoole, Legends of Ga'Hoole or whatever.
Mhm.
I like that kind of I like that kind of fantasy.
Okay.
But I don't like dwarves and elves
What's your
and
problem with dwarves?
nothing. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like half animal, half humans.
I don't think there's any of that.
And so I don't know. I just don't know if I could get into this because I feel like I should just know what's going on.
It's mostly just humans. There's just humans.
And are they called humans?
I think they just call them men. Just they don't. There's not enough other types of species of anything for them to worry about what they're calling
Okay.
things. I mean, there's animals. There's kind of some fantastical animals.
Are there like dragons and stuff?
There are 3 dragons. There
Do they
used to
fight
be
with
more
swords?
dragons. There are lots of swords. There's also lots of poison. And
Have you been watching that CW show where it's like the kings and the queens and what's that called?
I
It would come
as
on
a
after.
rule never watch anything that comes on the CW ever.
I know, but I watched Arrow because my husband dragged me into it, and that's the only time I watched anything on CW.
When they did what they did to Gilmore Girls and stuff,
Yeah.
like,
You just don't watch it anymore.
done.
Anyway, there's some like kingdoms, and is it all about like kingdoms and ruling?
It's all
like
about
the throne and marrying such.
Yeah, and battles for the throne and who's the rightful king and just all kinds of plotting and deception and.
I don't think I would have survived very long during that time period.
I don't know.
It's not a time period
like
would
we
go
would
back.
have people to like put our hair up and stuff. Well, it all depends. We would probably be lowborn, so we wouldn't even have
That's
to.
what I mean.
We should
And
be
we'd be
popping out
poor?
babies and living in like the middle of nowhere, like on a farm.
And then we'd be killed by the Black Death or something like that.
No, not the Black Death. You would be killed by the wildlings who like come over the wall and like ravage the countryside.
Okay, no.
Or you might get burned up by a dragon, or like the evil guys from the King's Guard might come through and just destroy and burn everything.
But see, you know what they used to do is they would go and search the kingdom for beautiful maidens and stuff, and so they could, like.
So you're saying I have a chance?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would never have had a
Jolene,
chance.
you're a beautiful girl. You're a
Mm.
woman. I should stop using the word girl.
I still prefer to consider myself a girl because I don't feel old yet.
Okay, I will then continue calling you a girl.
I don't think I could have handled that. I don't know. Maybe I need to like next time I come and visit you, we can watch Game of Thrones.
I don't know if I feel comfortable watching this kind of stuff with you. I watch this stuff by myself. I'm not.
See, okay, then maybe I. Okay, so what?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't watch that kind of stuff with other people. Then apparently, like if
Can
it's
you
that
not?
bad.
Well, I can't either. I feel uncomfortable. With like, I mean, it doesn't bother me when I'm by myself, but when there are other people in the room, I'm just like.
Okay. Can I maybe I should like rent this from the or borrow it from the library or something.
Yeah, do that. Just get the first season.
It's not on like any YouTube or anything.
No. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, I can find you a link.
Maybe I should watch it in a foreign language or something.
Would that make it better?
I don't know. I don't know.
You think you can find it like dubbed in Polish?
Maybe.
That'd be funny. Actually.
I think they want. Well, because one of my Polish friends was saying that he was watching Game of Thrones, and I was like, okay, and like he's like in English, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I was told I wouldn't like that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to be the one to say that. So just you can give it a go, and then you can report back.
You've already said it though.
I know I've already said it, but there's always a possibility that I'm wrong.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
What is this like an American show?
Well, technically it's American, but most of the actors are British.
What channel was this on?
It's on HBO.
Oh.
That's why there's so much nudity.
Okay. I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay.
Maybe someday. I don't know.
I'm gonna find your Game of Thrones name.
I have a Game of Thrones name?
Everybody does.
Oh no.
Okay, but this is the like men's name generator, so we gotta find the female one.
Oh my gosh.
Ladies of Westeros. Okay, so are you going to be a noble lady or a not so noble lady?
If I have a choice, I guess I'm going to be a noble because wouldn't you rather be a noble?
Probably. So you want me to put in your full name?
Yes. All 4 of them?
All 4 of them? Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll do the same thing for myself as well. Okay. Okay. I was like going through all your names.
Do you know how to spell them all?
All of them.
Okay.
Oh, what a great name.
Okay, what's my name?
Your name is Jane Baelish, which
What?
is...
Spell that.
Okay, it's actually Jeyne.
Okay.
Last name, Baelish, Baelish. So you're probably related to Lord Peter Baelish, who is now, well, he married Lady Lysa. Now, nobody tell me anything because I've only watched so far as the show is right now, and I know a few spoilers beyond that, but don't tell me anything that I don't want to know. So I'm just telling Jolene things that she can know right now.
Okay.
Oh, I shouldn't ruin this for you. Never mind. Peter Baelish, he's called Littlefinger. He's on the small council to the king in King's Landing.
Okay.
Yeah. That's your name. Jane
Okay,
Baelish. Let's find out. I'll put all 4 of my names in.
Is your middle name? Yeah, I know your middle name. I don't know. I was like, wait a minute.
You
I'm
dork. Oh, here we go.
What's yours?
Melisandre Chelsted.
What?
I got a great name, didn't I? Melisandre is like the lady with the red hair, and she's totally a witch. She produced like this ghost demon baby that went and did bad things.
Oh my goodness. Melisandre what?
Chelsted. Chelsted. I like it.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, there's some funny things on the internet, aren't there?
Yes, there are. So if you decide to go ahead and watch that, you can just let me know. Just like watch an episode of it. But you need to give it more than just one episode probably to decide if you actually like
Okay.
the
Oh, and I
story.
know what I was going to tell you. I have gone back and I've started watching Northern Exposure again.
Did you?
And I'm starting to like it a little more
Uh-huh.
than I did. Like I think I'm like 6 episodes in now, which isn't a lot because I don't have time to watch TV generally. So, but I I dislike Joel less now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right way to say that?
Yeah.
I dislike him less than I did at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm
Do
just
you like
not
Chris in the
sure.
Morning? I love Chris in the Morning.
See, they haven't shown him a lot of him yet.
Yeah.
They only have like two or three episodes so far where I've seen any amount of him.
He's great.
Cause like Shelley, is it Shelley?
Yeah, Shelley, the blonde girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like though I just watched the wedding one
Mm-hmm.
where they don't actually get married, but they do, but they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And
Was he officiating the ceremony?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He's so funny. He's like so. Okay, I've been saying those words weirdly lately. Funny and money.
Why?
I don't know. Whenever I say them at school, I like have to like I hear myself say money and I'm like, "Oh, it sounds so weird."
Why do you,
I don't know. It just sounds like it's unnatural, but it's coming out and that's the way it sounds.
okay.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, and you need to start Outlander.
Yeah, I know.
You might like it.
Is it on? Can I get it on my Kindle?
Yeah.
Because maybe I'll read it on my flight.
Okay.
Maybe.
If you like it, you'll get sucked in and you'll just have to keep reading it. I've been rather slow going on the second one because there's a shift in what's going on, and I'm not as interested in the stuff that's happening there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all right. I read a lot of it on my trip. Yep.
Time traveling.
Yeah.
Time traveling to Scotland.
Yes, time traveling to Scotland.
Okay.
Yep.
What were you going to ask me?
Wonderful thing. I know I was going to tell you, had dinner at a place last night that I've never tried before, so next time you come out here, I think we need to go there.
Okay. Will we fit in?
Yes, we'll fit in just fine.
Oh.
I forgot, I told you about this earlier, and so now I know where you're leading this conversation. We'll fit in fine.
It's okay.
But I have.
I will because I'm from New York, and apparently, like.
Yeah, it didn't feel like I was in my town whenever I was in there.
Yeah.
It felt.
That's what I meant. Like I'm not like.
Yeah, it just felt different, and I had grits, blue cheese and Serrano grits. Oh, they were so good.
See, I like grits as a side. Remember that meal that woman had?
Yes, and I think about it a lot, actually.
The shrimp and grits.
They had shrimp and grits there last night, but I decided to go with the scallops.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted scallops because I love.
See, now I don't think anybody up here would ever make shrimp and grits, but I love the sound of that, and it makes me like wish I had eaten that there.
Okay.
It's like we were like our mouths were watering over her dinner.
I know.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it. And we were just sitting there, and we wished that we were still hungry.
Yeah.
Okay. Next time you're out here, we will go up to Cheever's, and we will have their shrimp and grits there.
Okay. Where's that? Is that up in the city?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we got to start planning our next trip.
I know. When are you coming out here?
I don't know. I'm going to Poland first, so I don't know. My husband's going
I
to be
know.
like, why do you want to go again? Travel somewhere else.
I'll let you stay in my house again,
I
so you don't
know.
have to pay for a hotel.
I know. I like want to come out at Christmas time.
You sort of already did that.
Yeah, I know. But like
Oh, you
before Christmas,
okay before Christmas?
like before Christmas time, or like I don't know. I just think it would be fun to like crash your family's like holiday party.
Maybe you should think about crashing my 30th birthday party instead.
Okay. Wow, that's coming up.
That's this year.
Are you gonna
I'm
have a
gonna be
party?
30. I want to have a party,
Because I will come out for your 30th birthday party.
but I just if I have a party, it'll probably just be like dinner at a place, or I'll get a private room and just invite the people that I would like to see, and that's it. Which is a very very small group of people.
Would it involve steak?
It could involve steak. Do you want steak?
Well, no, I don't. I've just never had an Oklahoma steak before.
Oh, you want a steak? Okay.
Well, I don't necessarily. I don't eat a lot of steak. I know you like steakhouses.
I do love a good steak. You know where I go to get my steak.
Yes.
And I don't think I can afford to have my birthday party there, so that will just have to be
Oh.
another time. But
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep that in mind
okay.
because I can't. I'm going to Costa Rica in February, so
Oh goodness gracious, you were doing a lot of traveling.
I know. I'm kind of scared about that. I don't know. I'm sure it will be fine after this trip, but I don't think I'm going to do zip lining in Costa Rica.
Why would you do zip lining anywhere?
Well, I know that's sort of my opinion, but
Okay.
like that's pretty much the only thing I think I won't do while I'm there, because that's on the. I'll wait for all the kids to come down on the other end.
Would you ever skydive?
No, never. My father did that once.
Really?
Crazy man. Yeah, crazy. Crazy. My dad used to downhill ski. Crazy.
Oh, you would have to medicate me before you could ever get me.
I would have to be drugged, and have to like be tandem hooked up to somebody,
Oh
and
yeah.
like
No,
they would have to
I would be like a cat. I would be like a cat when you're trying to bathe a cat, how they just like, attach to whatever, and you would not get me out of a plane. Oh my goodness. Oh my
and like
goodness. Like
so
I'm like overheating just thinking about it. Oh.
apparently on the Costa Rica trip there's zip lining, whitewater rafting, horseback riding. I don't know what else, but I'm not.
I'd go whitewater rafting in a heartbeat.
I would.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Let's
but I'm
do
not.
that. When are we gonna do that?
I don't know. But I don't think I feel comfortable zip lining.
Okay.
Scary.
No.
Especially not in like some other country
The jungle.
where yeah, and in the jungle, and where the healthcare system is questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm worried about getting some like necrotizing fasciitis. Is that what they call it? Like,
Are you talking about like what is that, a flesh-eating thing?
Yeah, because didn't some girl go
Some
like?
girl got that.
Yeah, she like fell into the water and then
Mhm.
like got some flesh-eating bacteria.
But wasn't that in America?
Was it? I don't know. It was. She was ziplining. I'm pretty sure.
I know she was ziplining, but I thought she was in America, but I could be wrong about that.
Okay, well, ziplining is not on my list of things I ever want to do.
Do you swim in fresh bodies of water?
I have, but as I get older, the appeal is much less.
Yeah, same here. There's a friend of mine who she's from New York, and I said something about going to the lake. She's like, no, we don't go to the lake. We do not. She said, we only swim in the ocean. We do not swim in lakes. And she was really very serious about
Well, okay, so like
not swimming in the lake.
I would not swim in a man-made lake.
Mm-hmm.
I would swim in a freshwater lake, like natural freshwater lake.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Canada, up in the land of lakes where like there isn't the same level of pollution.
And those are kind of different lakes too. That's a different sort of a.
Like, I wouldn't be going in Lake Hefner.
Nope.
And I wouldn't. I mean, I've been in Lake Ontario, but even that's questionable now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I used to swim in lakes whenever I was a kid.
And we went in the water at Sulphur, down in Sulphur.
Yeah, but that's a fresh spring.
Yeah.
We didn't get in the lake down there. And remember how the levels were kind of crazy, and there were some of the springs that it said we shouldn't get in because there was all
Yeah.
kinds of bacteria and stuff going on.
Yeah. That may have been a questionable decision. I don't know.
Well, drinking that water was questionable. That was disgusting.
Oh, no, didn't we just smell it?
No, we both took a drink of it out of that
Oh,
spring.
that was the first time I went out
You
there.
know,
That
it's
was like
clean water
way.
that we drank. Ugh.
That was the first time I went out there. That was
Oh my goodness, that's been
6 years ago.
6 years ago this August.
Wow.
Mhm. I was thinking about that today whenever I was looking at my calendar that you first visited me like the first weekend of August back in 2008. No, I was thinking about that because I was looking at our pictures.
I saw that you posted that one of us with Anna, or from
Dadgum,
when we
I
met.
was so skinny when you first visited me.
Well, did you see how big my face was?
I wasn't really paying attention.
It was so chubby.
Goodness gracious.
I've lost a lot of weight since then.
I was so little then. I was like 50 pounds lighter. Jolene.
Yeah, I know. You were really skinny. Like before your wedding, you were like super skinny. Like before your wedding,
kind of gross.
Like you were like really skinny.
It was kind of gross.
Really
I mean, like I look at pictures and I'm like, Elizabeth, look what you could do with yourself. Look what you could. Yeah. But then I remember how I kind of felt, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
You can lose a lot of weight when you're stressed out.
Yeah. I unfortunately gain weight when I'm stressed out. So.
I do that now. I wish I could maybe get to the point. No, I don't want to be stressed out. Never mind. I don't want to be stressed out.
Oh,
so tell me a little bit.
You could run.
What? What are you suggesting? Why would I want to do that?
I'm just saying that's how I've managed to reduce my weight. That's all I'm saying.
I don't want to run.
I know. Did I tell you I signed up for a half marathon in October?
Probably.
Ugh.
Are you already regretting it?
No, I will be fine. I actually prefer long running. Like I go really slow and I'm just easy on myself and I just take a long time. But it's called the Wineglass Half Marathon and it's down in Corning, New York, and that's where the Corning glass factory is.
Oh.
And the Corning makes the medals. So the finisher medals are like a piece of decorative glass, apparently.
That's pretty cool.
And it's through like, sort of, it's all like countryside, and it's just supposed to be a really nice race. So.
Well, I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
You were going to say, tell me about something, and then I went.
Yeah, I know you think we've talked for forever, but
we can still talk.
The movie that you went to see.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so I went to go see Ida, and not Ida, because it's a Polish film, so it's called Ida, just in case anybody's like... I went and I ordered my ticket at the ticket booth or whatever, and I said, one for Ida, please, and he's like, here you go, Ida's in this thing, and I'm like, it's not how you say it. Anyway, the story is 1960s Poland, and this young woman, 18, she has been raised in a convent her entire life. And she's about to take her vows to become a full sister, full nun. And but before they let her do that, she has to go and meet with her aunt, who she didn't know existed. And so she meets this aunt, and the aunt reveals a very big secret, family secret thing that she didn't know, that Ida didn't know, or and they sort of have a short time together, and they have a short journey. And I don't want to like tell all of the things, but just discovering what happened to her parents and her like background and where she came from, and so then through the course of that, you see her deciding whether or not she's going to go back to the convent or not.
Okay.
And it's really good. It's filmed all in black and white, which I think really enhanced the film, and it's won awards, and it was in Polish, and I understood a lot of it without having to read which was exciting for me. But then I realized I'm like, they didn't really actually talk all that much. But I think it's a movie you would appreciate.
Okay. Well, I may try to check it out.
So whenever it decides that they're going to make it available to you in Oklahoma.
Goodness gracious. Okay. So that reminded me of something, and I don't know if we talked about it back when I watched it. It's a Polish film.
Which one? The Polish Bride?
Remembrance. Okay, I think it's Polish. I thought it was Polish.
Was it by Paweł Pawlowski, or however you say his name? Paweł?
No, it's by Anna Justice.
Mm.
Hold on, let me see where it's actually from. So I watched it. I think it's still on Netflix. Okay. It's got another name that's, I think, is in German, and I don't know how to pronounce it. Remembrance depicts a remarkable love story that blossomed amidst the terror of a German concentration camp in 1944 Poland.
Mm-hmm.
You should go watch it.
It's a German movie?
Well, it's about a Polish woman.
Okay.
So there's a lot. Okay, I think if I remember correctly, and I may not remember correctly at all, the two people who fall in love don't speak the same language.
Okay.
Always makes things a little difficult, but they fall in love, and he like gets her out of this concentration camp, and then it's about the rest of their lives. Mm-hmm. And it's told like present day, and then it flashes back to their circumstances, and it's really good.
I'm actually reading a book. The memoir that I'm reading right now is called After Long Silence, and it's about a woman who finds out she's Jewish. She's actually Jewish, even though she's been raised by her parents as Catholic, but they were Jewish people who escaped Poland, and then came to the United States and assumed a Catholic lifestyle.
Okay.
And it's interesting so far. Like, I haven't gotten that far into it, but it's I'm trying to find this on Netflix so I can add it from my computer.
Hey.
Yes.
Are you looking at me right now?
No, I'm not. Now I am.
Now you are?
Yes.
Did you see who's over there in the corner?
No, because the pictures, my picture in your little box, cover you up. Oh, I see an eyeball.
It's the babies. The babies are over there.
They're being covered by my little box, my little camera box thing there.
They're over there. They're watching us.
Oh my goodness. I think people are going to think we're crazy from having seen that clip.
Why?
Oh my goodness, you're funny.
I can't imagine why they would think that.
Well, my husband's home.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, so
you'll have to go see all of his fun autographs.
Well, I want to see if he got a picture with William Shatner.
Okay.
And
all right.
So I should probably go.
Okay. It was lovely chatting with you, Jolene.
Yes, it was, as always.
Hey, and guys, you can send us emails, and because people actually listen to us, which I always find a little bit shocking, but that's what the stats say, so that people are listening to us. So you can email us, and our email address is actually okrapickled@gmail.com, and I will try to remember to check that more than once every 6 months. So I will check it.
All right.
So if somebody wants to send us an email, you can do that. All right, Jolene.
All right. See ya.
I'll see you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.